So in the final part here of this little mini intro, what I'm going to show you is how we go from a datasheet part we selected to a KiCAD, or selecting a KiCAD symbol. And I'm using a MOSFET here because this is a part that you're going to be using in the project. And it has a little bit of oddity sometimes, so you might just find the exact part number in KiCAD, but you might not. And what you do is you basically look, so in the datasheet, I've copied out of the datasheet the pinout and the schematic symbol. And the point of this is that it tells me a few things. So it has just the package name. So you may want to go check what the actual package name is because there's sort of some standardized packages. You'll see this thing called DPack and I think it's squared pack, which is a larger one. So there's a few variations of this name, which actually end up being this other standardized name. So this is oddity number one, is you have this naming thing you'll have to look up. So the TO names are your standard transistor outline names. DPack is like a manufacturer specific one. Sometimes they give it a manufacturer specific one, even though there is a standardized name. It started as the manufacturer one, became a standard, whichever way. But the important thing we'll do first is we'll open in KiCAD, and I'll show you how to do this in a second. You find your symbol, or your footprint, and you confirm, the very first thing you do, confirm both sides, the manufacturer and KiCAD, are using the same pin number. Because here you can see this goes 1, this pad is 2, and it's because there's kind of like a stub leg here that's not connected, and then 3, right? So this matches. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that's good. You do that because occasionally, right, people actually label it like 1, 2, 3. And it depends if there's a stub leg or not. Because if this was a different type of package, that would be, this 1, 2, 3 would be the standard way of naming the pins. So whoever created the symbol may have used a manufacturer that had a different standard. So always check that. And when I say manufacturer that use a different standard, I should say, right, there are supposed to be standards to this, but manufacturers don't always follow everything right, and so just double check and you save yourself so much hassle. So now we know that that's the case, so let's go see how we do that. So I'll open up KiCAD. So if you had a PCB, you could place, there's two ways to do it. You just go into the, place a footprint. I can just directly open the footprint editor as well. So in here, I have it open because I was just doing this, but in this search bar at the top, I'll search TO-252, and you can see a few different ones here. So actually, like in the PCB editor, you can just go through these and it'll preview them. Here I can just open them. Right, so this is one where there is an additional pin. You can see that like there's versions where there's a separated pin or not. So this is where you really have to double check that you're using it. So this TO52-2 has pin 1 here, pin 2 here, pin 3 here. So this matches our manufacturer. Great. The second thing is I look at my symbol and what those pins mean. So from this symbol, I see that gate is pin 1, drain is the tab, which is pin 2, so drain is 2, and then source is pin 3, source. So then what I'm going to do is in the KiCAD schematic editor, I'm going to try to make sure I'm matching that same pin ordering. And so in KiCAD, and I'll open this again in KiCAD so you can see it, there's these libraries, and the standard devices actually have a number of different MOSFETs that go in a specific pin order. So here this GDS means gate is pin 1, drain is pin 2, source is pin 3. So if I look at the symbol, I will also see, if I open it in the symbol editor, I'll see, pin 1 is gate, which matches pin 1. Pin 3 is source, which matches pin 3, and drain is pin 2. So now my symbol will match the schematic. So if you want to do that, again, we could open it in the symbol editor here. I'll show you that first. So this is in the devices library, so it's not in the MOSFET library. Watch out. The MOSFET library has all the MOSFET specific pins. Here we can see, right, these different versions. So if I wanted like gate, drain, source, I forget what I said now even, we would just go through and figure out which order we need. So from the schematic, We'll open that. I'll place a part, add symbol, and let's go Q underscore NMOS depletion. And going back to what I just said, I would check this. I'd say gate drain source, gate drain source. So I'd place that on the schematic. Then right here in the schematic, I can see the same thing, right? So I could double check gate drain source. Looks good. And then right away, before I forget, what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign my footprint, and we're going to look up, we just said TO252-2, right? And in this view, I can also confirm this. So when you're going through, you don't have to go and open every, independently open the footprint editor, independently open that. And look, when I click it, it's assigning on the footprint gate drain source. So we can also confirm really quickly that it's matching what we're expecting. So yeah, that is how we, let me assign that. And there we go. So now we have a correctly assigned footprint for a 3-pin MOSFET device. So that's how you should go through when you're assigning a MOSFET after you've selected it. It's the same thing, whether it's this package, whether it's a SOT23 style package. There's a bunch of different packages you can use, so don't get caught up on that. The important thing is that you match the pin ordering of the MOSFET with the data sheet and with the schematic symbol. So those all have to match, and then you will be very happy. So hopefully this was helpful. I don't know if there'll be another video, but good luck with the PCB design. There's lots of great resources out there. As I said, this is just kind of a really quick intro to some of the basics for the Dalhousie students in 3901.